Well, thank you for that warm welcome.
We didn't even do anything yet. Thank you.
Good night.
Got your money, and now we're going to go.
Thanks so much for being here for the second annual Divas of Caswell fundraiser for the Prairie Hospice Society.
Oh, yes, thank you. We seem to always pick good weather, don't we?
Yeah.
It was blizzarding last year, as I recall.
As a piano player, I typically don't get to play with other piano players. This is just something that never happens unless I'm teaching a lesson or receiving a lesson. It's just, why would you be in the same room as somebody else? And I feel like a lack of musical community like that. So I kind of wanted to do some community building around music. And I really take some cues from the rich musical tradition in this province of combining art and culture and charitable giving, like Telemiracle and band swap amongst dozens of other awesome things like that. But instead of sort of having a bunch of bands on a stage that already exist that you donate for a cause for and this sort of thing, which is fine, I wanted to shake it up a little bit and make a band that doesn't exist. So this band doesn't exist. We've rehearsed 3 times, and we're going to see what happens. We're playing each other's music. Yeah. And my favorite quote of all time, it's an inspiration to me as a teacher and as a husband and a father, is in chess and in life, don't surround yourself with yourself. So I decided to fill the stage with my songwriting partner, Heel Wimlo-Grunin, with as many different people as we could and try to collaborate and make something new. And we hope you enjoy it.
And it's been really fun.
It's been a lot of fun, yeah.
So, and I've always had this idea that there were these lovely women who live in Caswell, myself, Gillian Snyder, Jen Lane, Eileen Laverty, Carrie Catherine. There were a bunch of us, and I've always thought it would be really fun to have this show called the Divas of Caswell, because we meet each other at the dog park and at Safeway, and Eileen and I seem to meet each other a lot at the liquor store. I'm not sure that's good. Anyway, and more often than not, you know, we're still in our pajama pants and have smashed a hat down over our hair because we haven't brushed it yet, and we're, you know, at Safeway getting milk or maple syrup for pancakes or whatever. And so we were kind of laughing about how we were so not divas. And so we should call ourselves the Divas of Caswell. And then Eileen couldn't be with us this year, so we invited Teresa, who is not a Caswellian, but we've decided that that's okay. And
because we rehearsed in Caswell,
but we
right?
rehearsed at my house, yeah. And Ellen lives on Avenue P by the co-op, so that's close enough. Yeah. So that was the idea behind the Divas, and then Brett and I started writing songs together. And one of the songs, the first song that we wrote together was for my friend Linda, who died of MS and could have had more support. We all could have had more support in her death, and I didn't find out about the Hospice Society until afterwards. And I thought, that organization needs more publicity because people need to know about this service because it's an amazing service. So, you know, we got the Divas, we got the songs, we got the Hospice Society. It was, let's do this. So we're going to do it again tonight for you. And so thank you for coming out and being part of our fun and our show and our fundraiser. And I promise they're not all dirges. We don't. It's not a whole bunch of death songs. I promise. We have some fun.
I believe it is quite simple to elicit like a sad response from an audience by playing music, because we've all been to that place. It's easy to go there, but it's really difficult to make you feel joy, and that's what we're going to try to do tonight. We've set the stakes really high. A band that doesn't exist doing something that, in my opinion, is too difficult to do. We're going to try it anyway. That's enough from us. Without further ado, your opening act and honorary diva of Caswell, Ellen Fraze.
Right? Yeah, okay. Whoa, there's a lot more people here. I thought it was just going to be the edges. Okay, great. Oh, hello, some friends at the front here. Good. I'm going to start off tonight with a death song. Let's see here. Yeah, I do live on Avenue P by the co-op. Haven't been to the co-op lately, but oh no. I was complaining about my lips being really chapped, and then Jen Lane gave me some Vaseline, and now okay, I think I'm gonna be okay. Is this thing on? Oh, my thing is. Ooh. Hello? Check, check. Okay. This is a song about a horse. And at the start of the song, it seems like the horse might be okay, but I'll just let you know that it doesn't end well for Charlie. Charlie was a brown bay horse, he worked down in the coal mine, fed on hay and corn and oats, while the men they drank their barley wine. They brought him down when he was young on a lift of rope and pulley. There he worked for 5 long years, 30 tons a day, save Sunday. Oh, Charlie did what he was told, treat that coal like it was gold. A lifetime he spent underground, toting 60,000 pounds. And then one day the earth gave way and the mountain it came down. Cracks along the dusty rock that put to bed the whole town. And Charlie trapped there underground, a month he lived near starving, lapping water off the rocks a-dripping from the arches. Oh, Charlie did what he was told, treat that coal like it was gold. A lifetime he spent underground, toting 60,000 pounds. They found him there upon the ground, heart just barely beating. Fed him well, but soon old Charlie died from overfeeding. Old Charlie did what he was told, treat that coal like it was gold. A lifetime he spent underground, toting 60,000 pounds. Old Charlie did what he was told, treat that coal like it was gold. A lifetime he spent underground, toting 60,000 pounds. I always just leave my harmonica lying on the ground, and I'm thinking maybe I need a better system. Okay, here's a song that is called High School that I wrote last winter, I think. And it goes like this. Drive me down to Carolina and back to Ohio, sing those country music singers on the old-time radio. But if I'm speaking truly, well, I really can't relate. I'm sick of hearing about those places, sick of hearing about the states. Well, I've traveled lots of roads and I've spent my time away, waking up inside of cities that I never knew the name of. Laughed and cried and sung in lots of different locations. Don't need them now, 'cause I've found where my place is. I got 4 walls around me on which I can depend. He said if this was high school, baby, I just know we'd have been friends. Then he comes to my apartment with a grin upon his face. That's when I settle in my country and I can sing about my state. Harmonica solo here. I forgot that I needed my harmonica for this song. Na, 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 na. We'll strike a match and light it up and burn it to the end. The whiskey always helps to lend my constant loneliness a friend. I had no songs to write, no stories to tell. Each room was like the next one and my brain was like a shell. But now I'm back to where I started, feeling like a little kid, soaking in my desperation on my very first stone bed. Well, the city's where I'm living, guess I'm really off the farm now. I'm just trying to keep my wits with all that life will allow. But I got four walls around me on which I can depend. He said if this was high school, baby, I just know we'd have been friends. Then he comes to my apartment with a grin upon his face. That's when I settle in my country and I can sing about my state. Yeah, I got four walls around me on which I can depend. He said if this was high school, baby, I just know we'd have been friends. Then he comes to my apartment with a grin upon his face. That's when I settle in my country and I can sing about my state. That's when I settle in my country and I can sing about my state. Thank you. I went for wonton soup before this, alone, and I read Outlander at the Nutana Cafe, and the TV was on, and it was stuff about Ariana Grande's new hairdo, and this reporter that Trump doesn't like. So I caught up on my daily news, and I'm ready to play songs for you all. This one is called Oh Alice. I can't shake you, you keep crawling back to me, knocking on my door like you need somebody to please me. I'm just a loner, discontent in loneliness, a junkie in a dress. You keep me up into the very depths of night, jealousy fighting with this hungry appetite. Feed me with words of love that pull and tug upon my heartstrings. Don't let me lose, baby, let's have us just one more fling. Oh Alice, I could give you a try in the morning. I'm starting to feel high all the time. I think it's fine. Oh, I think it's fine. It's better that I wait. It's better that I wait. It's better that I wait for you. Save your face to love in other ways, but that new girl isn't tough enough to handle all you say to me. That I'm your only, that you're miserable alone, a heartbroken desert stone. So stay here with me, baby, I would let you hold me tight. If life were vague and meaningless, and that might work alright, then close that door behind you for you leave for the last time. Believe that till tomorrow when the hunger starts to rise. Oh Alice, I could give you a try in the morning. I'm starting to feel high all the time. I think it's fine. Oh, I think it's fine. It's better that I wait. It's better that I wait. It's better that I wait for you. made this album a couple of years ago, and these are some oldies, but I also got some new ones coming up. So, yeah, I'm making a new album in December with a full band. It's gonna be, I'm hoping it's pretty rockin', but we'll see. Depends how the recording week goes. Anyway, this one's called New Year's. Oh, the snow is sick of tired treads, and the trees rest overhead. Direction has no meaning now, but which way to my bed? The old year took off with your charm, and the new brought common sense. I stood there dwelling on the happy side of music and my friends. Then I left you spinning in a drunken haze. I finally saw the light. Oh baby, it's you. Yes, you are the reason why I lost all joy for life. Oh, but I'm so happy now. Oh, I laugh so hard at things you say, but I don't care at all. And I laugh when I can't find the words. How strange to laugh at all, and how odd to speak so loud and brave. How brave to raise your voice. The fraying string of useless words, but I guess I always had that choice. And so I left you spinning in a drunken haze. I finally saw the light. Oh baby, it's you. Yes, you are the reason why I lost all joy for life. Oh, but I'm so happy now. I'm so happy now. Then I left you spinning in a drunken haze. I finally saw the light. Oh baby, it's you. Yes, you are the reason why I lost all joy for life. Oh, but I'm so happy now. I'm so happy now. Thanks. Well, I got these 70s pants from Better Off Duds, and they, like, I know in movies, like, people always have to take a pair of pliers and you have to lay down to get the zipper up. And, like, I was in the store, I was telling Jen this backstage already, but now you all get to hear this story. I was in Better Off Duds, and Nikki, like, she owns that store. I was like, I think these fit, but the zipper just will not go up. And she was like, oh, you need to lay down and I'll get my pliers. So that's what happened. It was just her and I in the store. And it was a bonding moment. And she did my pants up, and here I am today. Yeah, I was pretty happy about these pants. They're called Sizzlers. The original tag was still on them, so that's how I know that. And if we're talking 70s, you may know a band called Bread. A round of applause for Bread. Bread rules. And here's my song that they inspired me to write. It's called Love Is, in brackets, Bigger Than Us. Oh. I thought that was going to be funnier. You know, the songs were like part of the titles in brackets? That's what I was going for. Okay, here it is. Well, there are good days and bad days when you're living together. When you love somebody, everything is big, and when you're fighting till the end of the night, sometimes it takes till the morning to stop, 'cause you're so tired. I took a photo of you smiling in the sun. How could we know that later we'd come so undone? But I'll never let you go, I'll never say goodbye. Something keeps me staying here, despite the doubt through all the years. Come on, darling, come around. Love is bigger than us. It grows stronger when we touch. Golden angels circling round us, playing joyful trumpet sounds. And love is older than us, an ancient liquor in its cup. Cupid's tiny arrow flying till we're twisting on the ground. Hold me, love me. This is now, and that was then. Sometimes we get to where we're in no place at all, both existing, just not listening to each other when we need it the most. And then we feel closed off and we just want somewhere to go. I wander down to the bar and find myself a chair. This beer ain't good alone, I wish you were here. So I pay the bill and wish I hadn't spent the cash. Then I turn around, I want you so, and I need your touch. I hope you're home. Come on, darling, come around. Love is bigger than us. It grows stronger when we touch. The golden angels circling round us, playing joyful trumpet sounds. And love is older than us, an ancient liquor in its cup. Cupid's tiny arrow flying till we're twisting on the ground. Hold me, love me. This is now, and that was then. Ooh, this is now, and that was then. Okay, here's a song for all you kids who grew up on a dairy farm and don't know what to do with the cows. That didn't really end up how I was thinking in my head. Sometimes you're an only child and your parents are farmers and you think maybe one day they're gonna give me the dairy farm or something. It's like, man, what am I gonna do with all those cows? And so here's a farming song. It's called Edna. It also goes out to any Ednas in the crowd. Edna, where did you leave the keys? I'm gonna drive by one more time. I don't think they'll mind me stopping by again. Edna, do you think it's not too late? Will they sell it back to me? There's nothing for me here. I'm lonesome like I've never been. That old tomcat curled up on your lap is all I have left of the farm. That and the aerial photograph that we bought when they came door to door. Oh, in it you can see how the old barn looked before we added more. I wonder what the new people think of our third generation farm. The farm my mama grew up on, and her mama before that, where I played as a child on the homemade swing and the towering round bale stacks. I think I feel worse than Dad when he was too old to work on that yard. Oh, and I wanna go back to the farm. The city is so complicated, people rushing around all the time. I've been taking the bus to the store and nobody talks. And this condo we're in isn't anything like the old house we lived in before. When it's time to get up for chores, it's better for the young folks who live next door. The kids didn't want it, what else could we do? Those fields so yellow and green. I'd wake up at dawn to admire the sounds and the sight of the morning sheen. All those memories lie so close to me, as though I just woke up from a dream. A dream where I'm still on the farm, in the place where my soul and my spirit are free. On the farm my mama grew up on, and her mama before that, where I played as a child on the homemade swing and the towering round bale stacks. I think I feel worse than Dad when he was too old to work on that yard. Oh, and I wanna go back to the farm. Oh, and I wanna go back to the farm. Thanks. Thank you. One last song here before intermission. I think, yes. Then, yeah, it'll be a great show. I think I'll sit over there. Oh no, one thing at a time. Oh. Okay. There, I've completed my steps. Okay, yeah, well, thanks Brett and Divas of Caswell for having me here. This has been a really fun show. It's nice to play to a crowd who's all laughing at my jokes and listening, so that's cool, and it's for a great cause. So yeah, thanks again for having me. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the show. Here's a song called I Wish I Had a Foot-Long Cigarette. Oh, I wish I had a foot-long cigarette. Wish I had a foot-long cigarette. If they made foot-long cigarettes, then I'd sure be smoking less. Oh, I wish I had a foot-long cigarette. And I wish I had a man to ease my mind. Wish I had a man to ease my mind. If I had a man to ease my mind, then I wouldn't write songs like this all the time. Oh, it's so lonesome in my mind. Wish I had a better way to pass the time. Wish I had a better way to pass the time. Maybe if I had no dimes to spend on silly things that I regret, I'd find better ways to pass the time. I sure don't regret these pants. I wish I didn't do the things I do. Wish I didn't do the things I do. But if I were to stop my fun of all this drinking, carrying on, I think I'd grow to want the things I used to do. And I wish I wasn't always in my head. Wish I wasn't always in my head. If I'd stop giving all my thoughts away, quit trying hard with things I say, maybe you could do some talking once instead. And I wish this road, it wasn't half as long. I wish this road, it wasn't half as long. If I could cut it down inside, stop my mind from running dry. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Good evening. We're back. Wanted to acknowledge something before we get into the show proper here, because Ellen is so humble and she wouldn't actually tell you herself, is that she was just nominated for a SAS Music Award in the area of folk, roots, and country. Congratulations, Ellen. Shall we then? Thank you very much for your support tonight.
Maybe it was the glow
it gave chase down to Sleepy Hollow. I don't know why love came tapping at my window. Oh, but here in the pines where the mosses grow and the treetops make love in the wind. Yeah, cabin number 9 won't let you go. So when love comes tapping, when love comes tapping, when love comes tapping, you let it in. Some things you deserve and some you don't. Some things you accept and some you won't. Sometimes love is difficult to own, but in Sleepy Hollow, I don't know when love came tapping. I didn't say no.
Thank you so much,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Please welcome the Divas of Caswell.
Jen Lane, Teresa Sakirka, Jillian Snyder.
Hopefully this works. Thank you all so much for coming. Oh wow, what a beautiful. Okay, now I'm getting nervous. I ruined it. I shouldn't have looked beyond the lights. But no, actually, I'm glad I did. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Wilma, for facilitating this and getting everything together. And Brett, too, was a huge part, and everybody for being here and for having me again. I'm going to start you off with it's a really old tune of mine. It's called Hold On Strong, but my mom-in-law, I don't even like to call her my mom-in-law because, like, she wasn't like your typical in-law. Like, she was like a mom. And this song is about her battle with cancer and us finally getting to the point where we were giving her permission to die, basically. Like, she didn't want to go, and we didn't want her to go. But you have to get to that point where you're like, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to hold on strong, and you need to end your suffering, and it's okay. It's okay with us. And it was a happy moment when it finally happened. So here's my happy dying song that she would she would laugh at. So this one's for Marlene. So much I wanna say. It's okay Give it up for the divas. We're not really divas either. That's the funny thing. We actually joked last year about doing this in our pajamas. Maybe next year. Maybe on the Saturday show. I don't know. I was going to suggest that. But anyway. This next song's called For the Night. I had a crazy producer who was like a savant when it came to sound and space and all kinds of things. Like literally just like super, super, super smart. And he was talking about the however many miles an hour we were flying through space, and however many miles an hour we were turning, and it just gave me this picture of like how fragile we are in this universe. And I was laying out on my porch one night watching the stars, and I almost got like vertigo, and I was like, wow, we are on a spaceship. As he said we're on a spaceship. So every little moment counts. What would you think if I stayed out in the backyard? What would you do if I wanted to stay there all night with you? Oh, darling, what would you say if I told you we were in space and that the stars, they were all ours for the night? For the night, for the night, for the night, for the night. For the night, for the night, for the night, for the night. Thank you.
So I had a friend named Linda who had MS, and those of you who've heard this story before, my apologies, but I want to explain the song a little bit. And she lived a lovely life, even with her MS, and she was in a wheelchair for at least the last 20 years of her life. And she was the kind of person who, you know, got stuck in a garden one day for 4 hours in May. And when I said, what? You get, like, yeah, I was stuck in the garden for 4 hours because, you know, Ron was in town and I couldn't get out because I was stuck in the dirt. That must have been really awful. And she said, no, I got really zen with the beans. Right? And, you know, she was always giving me heck. We're around Saskatoon. She was always giving me heck for being like so busy and so fast and not, taking the proverbial time to smell the roses. And she said, like, have you ever watched beans grow? You can watch beans grow. Like like in 4 hours, you can actually see them grow. So that was the way she approached her illness and her life, was that it was a bit of a gift to have this time to sit and be slow and watch beans grow. And at the end, it wasn't that pretty. And she, you're supposed to, sometimes you read these things where they say that you should ask somebody if they're holding on for something and then give them permission to go, like, what is it that you're waiting for? And she said, no, it's just that sometimes the sky is so blue. Yeah. And then at the very end, when the pain meds were all that were keeping her from screaming, basically, she would be, when it was getting to a point, she would say, blue sky, give me blue sky, blue sky. And it was the pills, right? So that was the sort of thing behind this song. I don't want you to feel sad about it. She had a great life, and her death wasn't that bad, but I think if we'd had the hospice people and some more people to support her, it would have been better. So this is called Grow.
Sit you down here and take my hand. Ease my path to the promised land. Stay still, never felt that the blues was a cup I could fill. I spend my time sitting out in the sun and getting zen with the beans. Have you ever seen a bean grow? I have seen a bean grow. Tender tendrils wrapped around a wire. Take time to go slow. I have time, 'cause I can.
get to carry that around in my head for a really long time now. I'm surprising Jen, because she remembers everything and I don't. I'm remembering.
I don't.
I'm remembering.
She remembers lots.
All four of us have mom brain, so I don't know.
We do.
Yes. Okay.
And the band guys, too. Give it up for these guys.
Yeah, no
Seriously.
kidding. Scott Truffaut on guitar, Kyle Chris on drums, Dave Anderson on bass, Brett Ballin on keys. Yeah. How much fun are they?
So much.
Like lots, yeah. So this is a song that Brett and I wrote, and the lyric is sort of, it's an ode to grumpy old people. But I'll tell you the story behind it. My daughter invited me to the Dominican where she was working, and her surprise gift for me was a ride up a mountain on a mule, and it was absolutely terrifying. The mountain was like this, yeah, it felt like the path was about this wide. It probably was this wide, but it felt about this wide. And this mule did not want me on its back. Like, the whole way up the mountain, his ears were, it's just like, oh, well, they don't want you. So I was terrified. And the only way that I survived the whole thing was to watch the mule in front of me, which was my daughter on this mule. And then I realized, you know what? Like, this thing is really quite beautiful, because it would put its foot down and find a safe place on the rock, and then put the next one where it had moved out, And it was just this beautiful little dance. And so there's this crusty old mule that could, do ballet. And it reminded me of all the grumpy old farts I know, who are pretty crusty on the outside sometimes, but often have, marshmallow hearts. And so this song's called Bella.
You stubborn mule, you're trying to
but it's hard and cruel, but it sneaks back every time. It could fill a heart with bitterness and pain. Or turn the prism to the light, let the colors in, find the balance and do the dance again. No one knows what I have seen. I rest just like a ballerina. Each step perfect as you move, and a mule can too. A mule can too. A mule can too. Be beautiful. River, wash over me, so sweet, so cold, so clean. My heart is slowly killing me. So now, river, wash over me. By Solomon's Creek we would lay, watching the paper birch sway. With dew on your eyelids you'd pray, in secret saved just for the day. So now, river, wash over me, so sweet, so cold, so clean. My heart is slowly killing me. So, river, wash over me. One sigh for my loneliness, two for my tears, three sighs for my yearning to sleep through the years. You turned your back on the sun and the sky and then me, but the rain was too heavy for you.
so sweet, so cold, so clean. Oh, my poor heart is slowly killing me. So, river, wash over me by Solomon's Creek. Now I lay watching the tamaracks play with the wind as it takes you away, while the world all around me turns gray. It's Brett Ballin. Thank you so much. So this song is, in fact, a true story. It happens to be about Brett Ballin's, hello, great-grandmother. So I have to tell this story if you haven't heard this before. We're in my backyard, Brett and I. We're having a whiskey. We're talking about music and jazz specifically, and Brett's like, well, my dad's side of the family, they're rural. They come from the farm. They don't really understand the jazz, but they're so supportive. They come to all my shows. Actually, my baba was a bootlegger back during Prohibition. And anyway, but so like just last week, I'm like, no, you cannot say that, and then move on with the conversation. So I asked him permission to write a song about his bootlegging baba, and every word is true, so pay attention to the words, because every word is true. And
Test later.
I even got the okay from his dad, whose baba, in fact, it was.
Good old Archie. Archie.
Rule. My baba was a bootlegger on highway number 2. You know, my baba was a bootlegger. Prohibition rule. My baba was a bootlegger on highway number 2. Great war tickets told, now everybody felt the pinch. Lost lives and livelihoods, nothing making sense. But she knew she had a job to do, keep her kids alive. With the good land of Saskatchewan, willing to provide. Oh, my baba was a bootlegger. Prohibition rule. My baba was a bootlegger. Highway number 2. Baba was a bootlegger. Prohibition rule. Baba was a bootlegger. Of highway number 2. Fresh farm eggs and a milking cow, some potatoes and some beets. There's wheat and rye and corn to boot. Saskatoon, so sweet. She kept her family's belly full the best way that she could. Distilled the rest for extra coin beneath the floorboard window. My baba was a bootlegger. Prohibition ruled. My baba was a bootlegger. Highway number 2. Scott, Dick. Baba was a bootlegger. Or do you? Baba was a bootlegger. I said. Remember, every word is true. Well, it's sad to say that way back when and once upon a time, the government made alcohol a down and dirty crime. Well, the cops, they didn't find a thing, which really was a mystery. And later that day, Chief of Police came back to get his whiskey. Oh, yeah. There's a party down in precinct. You know the party does. My mama was bootlegger and all this rule. My mama was bootlegger on highway number 2. You know, my mama was bootlegger and all this rule. My mama was a bootlegger on highway number 2. Thanks so much. And thank you, Brett, for having a bootlegging Baba.
She's passed now. I can say her name, Helen Furnick.
Helen
There are
Furnick.
s-
Oh
there
my
are
God,
s-
we're related.
It's possible.
And now for something completely different. I grew up on the prairies. This is one I wrote when I left for a little bit. It's called Prairie Winds. Dust scattered on the streets that I call home. Must have mattered when the sun beat down on the snow. Air is warmer now that spring has had a day. Change approaches within her now that I am on my way. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Skies are bigger now that the sun has set its rays. She holds you close to her, so close you feel her pain. Her want to grow in you has planted only weeds. To find an answer of what you want, not knowing what she needs. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Prairie winds, please blow me on something that I faked through the whole time. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone. Prairie winds, please blow me home. It's time for me to be alone.
We got it beautiful here in Saskatoon, in Saskatchewan. And that's where this song comes from. Sorry, the blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the chorus line goes like this. This life, this little life of mine, this grand old life, this life of mine. It's a little tricky, but I know you guys can get this. This life, this little life of mine. And I know these divas will help you get it. This grand old life, this life of mine. Okay, one more time, because you guys are gonna make this happen. This life, this little life of mine, this grand old life, this life of mine. Today, it's gonna be okay. I won't storm out on you. It won't rain down on me. And I don't feel mad. No, you don't. So I won't cry. And it won't feel bad when I say goodbye to this life. This little life of mine. This grand old life. This life of mine. I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I'm one of the broken ones, but I'm one of the happy ones. And I'm one of those crazy ones. I'm one of those ones with guardian angels. One of the ones that's loved by you. One of the ones that loves you in this life. This little life of mine. This grand old life, this life of mine. I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I'm one of the broken ones, but I'm one of the happy ones. And I'm one of those crazy ones. I'm one of those ones with guardian angels. One of the ones that's loved by you. One of the ones that loves you in this life. This little life of mine. This grand old life, this life of mine. Keep it going. This life, this little life of mine. This grand old life, this life of mine.
Thank you, everybody.
so much for coming out. We so
Thank you
appreciate
all.
it. Good night.
Kudos to Wilma for dreaming up this whole thing. And thank you to you all. I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I'm one of the broken ones, but I'm one of the happy ones. And I'm one of those crazy ones. I'm one of those ones. Guardian angels, one of the ones that's loved by you. One of the ones that loves you in this life. This little life of mine.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Max TV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sastel.com.